Hello, I've been using Tradovate for nearly a year now, and I'm going to show you how to use every single important feature in detail on their platform today. Okay, so when you first log into Tradovate.com, you log into your account, you'll be met with this screen. You have live trading, market replay, and simulation. Live trading is obviously your live trading account. Market replay is kind of like a backtesting feature they have. I'll show you that real quick. It does cost a whopping $50 a month, but if you want to backtest your trading strategy, it's definitely worth it. So you can pick any date and time the past however many years. Let's say we want to go to, I don't know, January 25th, and we want to go 5 minutes in the market open, so 9:35. We can start our replay, and here we are. We are on January 25th, 5 minutes in the market open, and we can trade this however we want to. If you want to increase the speed, you go up here and you can make it 4 times speed. So we're moving very quickly. Next up, we have simulation, which is just your normal simulation paper trading account. And when you log into this, when you log into your live trading or paper trading account, you'll be met with a screen something like this. This is personalized for me, so I like having my profit and loss down here, a 5-minute NASDAQ chart, and a 20-second NASDAQ chart. But we're going to delete all this and show you how to add everything. Okay, so once you have deleted everything on the screen that you don't want, you have a fresh Tradovate screen. You hit this little plus, add modules, and here is kind of where you're going to be able to do anything you want and add anything you want. So if you want to add a chart, that's probably the most useful thing most people want to do. You have to drag and drop it, so you can't just click it because nothing will happen. You have to hold this, and then you can drag it onto the screen, search whatever chart you want. Let's search the NASDAQ, hit select, and we should have a NASDAQ chart. Mine's automatically set to 20 seconds for the time frame, but let's say you want a different one. Let's say you want another NASDAQ chart. You can hit select and move the time period to 15 minutes, let's say. So now you can look at the NASDAQ on a 15-minute chart and then click over here and look on it on a different time frame. Now let's say you want to add something else though. So you can add the DOM if that's something you use. You can throw that over there and search up the NASDAQ and blah, 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 blah. Now you have the DOM, whatever that is. I don't use it. I don't know. And yeah, you can mess around with this, but they have every single different feature, and you can add multiple charts. Let's say I want another chart right here. You can add another NASDAQ chart if I so pleased, and then you can adjust these to how you want. So if I want this bigger and I want this bigger, then I can do that. If I want to delete this, hit the X obviously, and let's delete this, hit the X, and make this half and half. So now we can look at both of these, and pretty straightforward. All right, next let's get to the actual chart. So right now I just have the NASDAQ pulled up on a 20-second chart. Every customizable option will be over here in this corner. So over here, candlestick, you can change if you want to look at a candlestick or bar or line, whatever. Most of you are probably just going to be using a candlestick. Chart settings, this is pretty useful. If you don't like this grid in the background, you can click this, get rid of the grid. I like having the grid though, so I'm going to put that back. If you want to see your fills and orders, you can check that off. I like having that checked off. If you want to see the low of day, high of day, you can check that off. Next, we have the chart elements. This is it'll show all your indicators and stuff. So let's say we want to add an indicator over here, and we want to EMA, hit save. It'll show it on the chart, obviously. But then if we go to the chart settings, it'll also show it down here. I don't want an EMA, so I'm going to delete that. I just like having my volume. If you want to change the color of these candles, I like having blue and white. You can do that here. So I have the up candles to blue, down to white. You can change it to whatever you want though. Back to indicators, they have every different indicator that you could ever want. But if they have something specific that you don't want, you can hit community indicators, and they have a whole customize community indicators by lots of different people. So let's say you want a 100% win rate indicator. You can search that up and find whatever you want, and they should have every indicator that you so possibly need. Next, if you want to create a template so you don't have to change all this every time you log into Tradovate, click template list. I already have this all saved called Super Scalp. So if I click that, it'll load this template. It looks the same because it's all the same settings, but it will save everything you have. So it saves my blue and white candles. It saves my 20-second chart. It saves all the indicators that I do not have on the screen. So yeah, that's pretty useful. The only other feature you will need is the drawing tools. If you like plotting trend lines or support and resistance lines, whatever, you can basically do all that here. So they have lines, Fibonacci, replacement, retracement, whatever. You can draw trends. So you just click it, then click here. You can draw a trend. To delete it, you just click on the item and then hit delete, and it is gone. Next, we have ATM. These are ATM orders, also known as bracket orders. They're basically just stop losses and take profits, but they have a fancy name in futures. If you want to turn these on, I have many already created, but they're basically, like I said, stop losses and take profits. If I do 10 points to 7 and I click sell, I can zoom in and I have a 7-point stop loss right here and a 10-point take profit down there. All right, next up, we have the bracket settings. So you can customize your stop losses and take profits. Obviously, I have it set to 10 points to 7 points right now. So 1 point on the NASDAQ is equal to $20, and I have it set in dollar values. You can also change it to ticks if you want, but $200 divided by 20 equals 10 points. So that's the 10 to 7. And then, yeah, if you want to change the stop loss type, you can do that down here. Normally just like a normal stop loss. You can do a trailing stop though. You can also do a auto break even. So if I wanted it to auto break even, let's say $100 in a profit, as you can see right here, I can hit save, click, I guess we'll buy and hope that it goes 5 points in a profit. Okay, and it went 5 points in a profit, and you can see my stop loss got moved to break even. These stop losses and take profits, you can also move them wherever you want. So if I want to move this over here, move this down here, you can move them however you want. Okay, next we have the group trading feature. This is where you can make multiple trades, but only have to press the trade button once. Sounds weird, but I'll explain it. So I have 2 accounts right here, demo, blah, 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 demo, blah, 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 too. And if we click manage groups right here and we click add, make a name for it, just name it test, and click OK. And we drag these over here. And then select the quantity. So when we hit buy on one of these, it'll do just one contract. So if you want multiple contracts, you can change to multiple. Let's just do one for this example. Hit save. All right, so we have demo, and test. If we select test, and we change it to 2 contracts, we click buy, 2 contracts on here. And yeah, one of the contracts is on this account. We switch to the other account. 1 contract is on here, 1 contract is on here. You get the point. So there's only 1 contract on this chart, but on my other account, there's another contract. So this is only really useful if you're using a prop firm and you're trading multiple accounts through them. So you've passed multiple evaluations and multiple accounts, and you want to make the most money you can and only have to click the trade button once and be able to place that trade on multiple accounts. You can do it like this. Speaking of prop firms, the prop firm that I use, Elite Trader Funding, is actually having a 80% off sale right now, only for the next 7 days. So if you're interested in using a prop firm, they're the best in my opinion. They have 20 different evaluations to choose from, more than any other company, and you keep your first 12.5K 100% yours. Okay, next up, all these little things on the side. None of them are really important except for applications and reports. So reports is your profit and loss. If I click that and click go, since we have a trade on the other account, it's still showing my open profit or loss and then my total. And it'll show you an obnoxious amount of different data on your trading day. So it shows me all the stuff there. If I go to this other demo account and click the reports button, it shows me all the profit and loss here, all the statistics, very interesting stuff. You can see every trade you place, what times you did the best at. So yeah, it gives you all the data you could possibly need on your trading. You can also minimize this, hit plus, and add the performance setter. Let's add it right here. And this will also show you your profit and loss. So if you suppose you want to look at your profit and loss as you were trading, I could exit out of this. And then it's showing me my profit and loss, and I can trade over here and I can see both at the same time. Next up, if we click application settings, this is kind of all the info on all your accounts. If you want to add another trading account, you can do that here. These are my 2 demo accounts that you saw. So if I want to add risk settings like a max daily loss or max position size, I can do that here. If you want to modify the balance, you can do that here, obviously. So it's at 8,900, whatever. If I want to adjust it by 10,000, I can increase it by 10,000. If I want to set a nickname, let's nickname it, I don't know, Iman, can't spell, stinks. We can do that. And now we're trading on Iman stinks. And lastly, if you, for some reason, think that the light mode of this looks better, you can change to that. I think this looks absolutely terrible. So I'm going to go back to my preferences and change this back to dark. And that looks very, very pretty. And that is about it. That is every piece of info you need to know on how to work Tradovate. Add all your different modules here. All the different chart settings are right here. Add all your indicators and whatever other BS you want. And that is about it. Hope you guys have a great day. Subscribe if this video helped you. And that is it for me.